We can move
Mhm.
on to the next one. Pete, do you remember? They call it
Oh,
also
yes.
Mameluke 1500. This was also taken back from Egypt, right? So
Mhm.
this is also, we talked about it, but now we have more. We
Mm.
had it from Hermitage, detailed pictures. Back then, I was in
Yeah.
Paris because I ran out of battery. Not this time, the one before. So this time I had enough. I had different
This,
mobile
this,
phones.
I don't know whether I noticed it before, but the sides of the horse armor have cutouts to put your feet through.
Ah, yeah.
You see them in Persian miniatures. It's very rare to see them in person.
But
I
didn't you,
assume
could
they're
you
on both
elaborate
sides.
on it, please, again?
Well, have a look at where the horseman's leg goes down to the stirrup. Just
Yeah,
in front of that, you can see straight through the armor,
yeah,
and that's because there's an opening there.
yeah.
And on Persian miniatures, when they show people with armor like this, maybe one in three times there will be a square
Ah, that's
opening to put your foot
true.
through,
Here
so
you
your foot is
mean?
protected. Yeah,
Jeez, I
you
didn't
can see it
realize
in
you're
the
right.
next slide as well, because you
Yeah.
can see the edge of it is running straight down the.
It
I
is
don't.
painted on Persian miniatures. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a real thing, and here we've got the proof.
Ah, I
I
didn't
must admit
realize. Yeah, yeah.
that would not be as safe as having the stirrups free. And of course, if you're showing this in a museum, you don't want to put the foot through there because then you can't see the stirrup. Um,
So they put it out, right? Exactly.
yeah, so you could see the stirrups. Otherwise, they'd be invisible. The other thing is the stirrup leathers are longer than they would have used.
Yes.
The man is riding like he's a knight with his leg almost straight. But in reality, when you're using this type of uh,
Yeah.
equipment, your stirrups wouldn't be hanging below the horse's belly.
Pete,
The
isn't
other
it
thing is
amazing, this armor?
it's absolutely beautiful. Uh, it's amazing how that repetition of those rectangular plates can have such a strong visual effect.
Yeah.
Um, you can imagine this on an actual horse moving. Anyone out there that wants to make one and then take a video, please do. Just
Yeah.
make sure the horse likes it before you put it on.
Yeah.
Um, but could you imagine how that would glitter
Yeah.
and flicker as in strong sunshine? It would be really amazing to see. Um,
Oh, this is
I
beautiful.
re Yeah, and just it's because they've taken lots of small elements, assembled them into
Mm.
a regular grid, and then so you've got the pieces that are vertical, then you've got the pieces over the horse's neck and over the horse's rump, which are horizontal, effectively.
Yes.
You've got a whole different texture, and it's all done with this simple repetition of rectangular plates joined by mail. Really, really
Amazing.
attractive.
Yeah. It's really nice.
As I
Okay.
pointed out before, though, the saddle is definitely not Mamluk or Turkish. The saddle is European.
Yes. Pete, now
Um,
here you can take a look at this opening. Look.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's amazing. I can't remember seeing one of those on an actual surviving armor before,
Mm.
and it would be easy to miss it. I must admit. Um,
Last
the other
time we
thing to
missed it because I didn't have good pictures like this time. Remember that?
Yeah, well, this is true. I mean, it's you when you take pictures, you're photographing on a certain thing. You're focusing, not photograph. You photograph something that you're focusing on, so you miss things. What I'm now looking at this, looking at the straps that hold the front part, and we could use all the European terms for horse armor, but I think it's mistaken because they didn't call them that, and it's not the same shape. But the part that covers the front of the horse's chest
Mm.
is attached by straps, and you see there's a uh, one, two, three, four, five ring strip of mail, so that the part under its throat and the part on its chest have a bit of movement,
Ah, yeah,
and
that's.
they
Let
don't.
me just show it, please. Pete
Yeah,
is talking, excuse me, about this part.
yeah.
Exactly.
So this is all designed in. We know exactly what we're doing when we're making this. Um,
So
Yeah,
the horse
that's
can move
oh
its neck. Yes.
yeah, yeah. So that because a horse has to move its neck to adjust its balance. I mean, uh, this is a really important thing for horses moving. If I'm not wrong, the center row of plates, the plates get longer the further down you get. So it's
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, this is like really well thought out.
Yeah, it does.
Um,
It does. Let me just show it. It's like a triangular shape, if we want to put it. Yeah,
yeah.
it does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. See, seeing these things in such detail is amazing. And because you've taken photographs from different angles, you can get a much better three-dimensional idea of what's going on.
I know we
Um,
are talking about horse armor and we talked about this man armor here, this warrior's armor, but also look at this beautiful Joshan. It's,
oh,
yeah, so
see,
beautiful.
this is wonderful. And his lower leg armor, instead of being solid plates, is like the rest of the armor,
You know what
all
it
fitted.
reminds me of? The Parthian and Sasanian armor, right?
Yes,
Remember?
that was what when I looked at that was the first thing I thought of. We know they didn't make them that way. They were probably strips riveted to leather straps underneath, but
Yes.
the visual effect is very, very close, isn't it?
Yeah, very. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about when I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
look at the knee protector, Zonubad. Looks straight like in a miniature, coming from a miniature, right?
yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's a work of art in itself.
Yeah,
I
beautiful.
just noticed that his bazu bands are also plate and mail.
Oh, that's right. Beautiful. Yeah, of course.
See,
Oh, look,
this is
half of it, like in the miniatures again, right?
yeah, yeah. This is so much stuff that you can relate to paintings and to other artworks, and sometimes you've found descriptions of things. Wonderful, wonderful stuff.
Wonderful.
And it's very nicely displayed, isn't it? If
Yes,
you well,
very.
you've walked around it, you've looked at it from all different sides. It really gives you a feel of what's going on. I like the horse's ear protectors. We don't want our horse's ears cut off. That would be so rude. Um,
Plate armor is protecting the ear.
yeah, I think it's great. I'm sure the horse thought it was a good idea. Oh, my ears. And clearly there was mail all around the top of that under neck piece, and part of it's now missing due to
Yeah,
age and attrition.
of course.
Unless when we see it from the other side that it's also missing, in which case it's a design feature. I should be more careful about voicing opinions about things until I've seen more of them.
Let me just go and
But
see what we have from the other side.
oh
Let
yeah,
me just
that's
see.
nice.
Oh, sorry. Oh, why didn't I put from the other side? Hey, I forgot. It can't be. I took from all sides.
Maybe you just had so many photographs to go through.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
That can be an issue I find sometimes that
Yes.
you've got to kind of stop and say, right, I've finished now. I'm looking at
Yeah,
Chanfron is three piece, not counting the ears.
yeah,
So it's a central strip down the horse's
yeah.
muzzle, and then there's two side pieces, and of course you've got
Mm,
they've raised the edges of the parts around the eye, so a
mm,
sword sliding across or a spear won't actually accidentally, well, not accidentally, on purpose, go into the
mm.
eye. So that this is, I mean, it's subtle, but it's well thought out. Actually, looking at the way the male is linked, it looks like the male was there's a reinforcing plate on the side part of the chamfron
Yeah,
to take the male. On the main part of the chamfron, there are just holes in it, so it may actually be thicker.
yeah,
Um, because that front part of the horse's head uh is vulnerable.
yeah,
I mean, it's thick bone. I mean, it's not like you could just go up and poke it and hurt the horse. I mean, you'd annoy it, and it'd probably trample you. But by putting a chamfron over it, it it gives the horse protection from quite strong blows. And the other thing is to remember is sometimes the horse itself will use its head to hit somebody,
yeah, yeah.
and this protects the horse in those circumstances too, because it might be hitting somebody wearing armor, and some of the armor had spikes on it and things like that. So, because horses are quite they have some novel ways of attacking you.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, even when they're being friendly, they can, throw their heads up like that, and just, if they hit you under the jaw, you could be flat on the ground, unconscious, not knowing what happened. They don't. I mean, they just assume that you're as strong as they are. Unfortunately, we're not as strong as they are. There's also a good side view of the bit, which makes me think it's not a Turkish bit. It looks like it's a European bit. Um, in fact, the it's hard to say that the whole harness for the bit's probably uh, added on so that they could have. But the reins look real, so I don't know. It's very hard to second guess what has happened in a museum over 100 years
Yes.
because
Look
there are
at
a lot
the
of things that
helmet
have to be done.
change. What I
Yeah,
love about the helmet, it kept its mail, you know?
yeah. That's an impressive helmet too. So the Turks had really well-designed helmets. So, I mean, they were copied in Europe into uh, Zishaga helmets.
Yes.
Um, but you notice the earpieces have got cutaways for the eyes. It's almost like those old Roman helmets when you look at them.
Yes. Yes.
And you're thinking there's no way they could have influenced each other. It's not like some. I mean, the Turks conquered Constantinople, and they may have been exposed to a lot of
Yeah.
antique material there,
Yes.
but I don't think they redesigned their helmets on that. I mean, when you look at Persian miniatures of helmets with earpieces, they're always straight sided
Straight. Yes.
and coming to a point. They don't have this cutaway thing, which is to give you extra vision. I mean, it's a really good practical thing. It's not like oh, we'll just do this for artistic purposes. That has a
No, of
practical
course.
purpose.
Of course.
And yeah, it's a very nice looking helmet. I like the visors. As an archer, I'm not sure that they're a good idea because I sometimes shoot with baseball caps on, and it's okay if you cant the bow. If you turn the bow a little bit like that, then it misses the cap. But if you don't,
Mm.
you have a chance of the bowstring hitting the cap and the arrow going off.
Yes.
What uh, and I say this, it's important because a lot of people short draw their bows, so it's not a problem.
Yes.
And if you look at say American barebow shooters, they often have baseball caps on, and the string is in front of the
Yes.
cap, so the peak of the cap doesn't cause any problems.
Yes.
But these people would have been drawing to the ear. Now, even if they had to hold the hand somewhat away from the head,
Yeah.
they would have still got a good functional draw. I do like that knee cover. That is so beautifully done. And then when you look at the sheer intricacy of how that's all put together.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure, but I think the hole for the foot is, I mean, it's straight front and back, but it's slightly curved top and bottom to make it
Yes.
easier to get your foot in and out of.
Yes. Look at.
It's very subtle. It's really nice.
Mhm.
I never would ever want to ride a horse with my foot in a hole like that in an arm, because if something went wrong, you'd be wrecked. But on the other hand, if you're in a battle and people are on foot and swinging swords at you, that would be really comforting to know that your foot is protected doubly by your boot, if you've got any armor on your lower leg, or I mean, I think the shoe that they've got on the mannequin has a chainmail
Yes.
vamp. The top of the shoe
Yeah. Yeah.
is
It
mail,
does. It has a chainmail. It has a mail
so
armor.
that would. I mean, you'd still be vulnerable to someone breaking your foot.
Yes, you will.
But see how that stirrup
Look at this
completely
feet. The
encloses it?
shoe has mail armor on that mail rings.
Yeah. I was just about to say, but look how the stirrup protects the side and the front of the foot.
Yeah.
It would be very, I mean, you can only get into the foot at one particular angle. If you come from the side, the stirrup blocks it. If you come from the front, like vertically down, the
Mhm.
stirrup blocks it.
Yes.
It's really quite a good design for protecting your feet.
Yes.
And trust me, you want your feet to be working after this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Look, the back is also protected, but we saw that already on the other one
Yeah,
from Hermitage Museum. extra
Yeah.
protection like
Well,
that.
this is the thing because if someone comes up behind you with a lance or something and they can't get you, if they stab your horse and your horse goes down, then you're vulnerable,
Yeah,
particularly if it falls on you
yeah,
and you can't get up.
yes,
Um, so it's not that people were particularly attacking horses. In the manuals that I've read about fighting on horseback, actually from Egypt, from the Mamluk period, you're more trying to get the man rather than the horse. But they
you
always
see that
frame it.
in the book from the
Sorry.
Safavid period I translated. Many of it is about wrestling and also fighting with
Mhm.
lance on horseback. They deliberately attack the horse.
Well, this depends on the. If you can't get the man, take
Yes.
out the horse.
So no, but they describe it, and also they
Yeah.
describe. Also, we saw that also in different other manuals where I translated that attacking the horse, and also we
Mm.
see it in miniatures that they cut the horse head, they cut the
Oh,
legs.
yeah. Well, see, one of the archery techniques is when someone's charging at you on a horse, you aim for the center of the horse's forehead,
Yes,
and if the arrow goes high, you hit the man in the chest, and if the arrow goes low, you hit the horse in the chest. And if
yes,
the arrow goes perfectly straight, you hit the horse in its head.
yes,
So horses were legitimate targets.
yes,
Um, there wasn't, like, oh, let's not shoot the horse.
yes,
But on the other hand, if the main thing is you want to take out the man with his weapons because
yes,
he is the biggest danger to you. If you
yes,
kill the man, you get a horse free.
yes,
If you kill the horse,
yes,
well, that's something you're not going to get. But on the other hand, it takes the man out because when the horse goes down, the
yes,
man can often end up with his leg trapped under the horse.
yes,
Um, so yeah, and the reason you see the really strong protection on the back of the horse's neck, this is a very vulnerable area.
yes,
If you take out the horse's spine, then the horse is paralyzed and the
yes,
man is not in a good position.
yes,
You notice in Persian miniature, sometimes they only have cloth down the center part of that area. And
yes,
I assume it's because that the techniques they were using tended to strike at the side of the horse's neck.
yes, yes,
And if you got a shot that you could take the horse's neck, you would go for the guy's chest because that would be more
yes,
likely to take him out. I mean, if you hit somebody with a sword
mhm,
and they're wearing armor and the sword doesn't cut through the armor, but if you hit hard enough, you might just knock them out of their saddle anyway.
yes,
They might get up and have a few bruises, but they're
yes.
still not on their horse anymore.
So the museum, Egyptian Mamluk Egypt, it was 1550. They talk about it and describe it in French as well, right? A
Yeah.
bit about it. So this
Yeah,
is the
well, in 1550, the Turks were in control of Egypt.
yes,
They'd
exactly.
been in control for more
Yes,
than 30 years.
yes,
And that would explain the very Turkish style of the armor.
yes,
Um,
exactly.
the thing is that originally, after the conquest, the Turks tried to eliminate the Mamluks entirely because they were very disruptive to Turkish rule. And what happened was it became more and more expensive to maintain garrisons in Egypt, so that gradually people started recruiting Mamluks again. Mamluks were purchased as slaves generally and then trained into arms. And so that the whole system kind of was reborn under Turkish control. It's it's a much more resilient system than you would expect.
Yeah,
A system like that, which is so extreme.
yes,
I'm looking at the again at the back and sides of that horseman's armor. Really nicely made, isn't it?
yeah, very nice.
I you just I'm from the reflections. I get the feeling that those plates are slightly embossed, slightly
Yeah,
raised in the center. They just seem to reflect the light that way. That could be just a trick of the light,
yeah,
but really,
very
really well
nice.
done.
Let us move on.
And
Excuse me.
oh, a champion.
Yes,
Oh,
this is
that's
an Ottoman.
mm,
Is also in the
but
museum from the same period.
gilded.
Beautiful.
See the different style, the kind of pieces covering the top of the horse's jaw on that are a different shape than that previous
Yes,
one.
different. Yes,
And the rather and the actual central piece of the chamfron is more three-dimensional. It's less flat. Part of that, I think, is just the gilded bands. I think that's giving you a really three-dimensional impression, just like shading in a drawing can. But I think partly, maybe another photograph will show it more obviously. Also,
Unfortunately,
again, slight rims around the eyes
yes,
to
rims around the
catch
yes,
blades coming in. They're not really big, so that the horse has still got good vision.
yes, very nice.
Yeah.
Now we move to Japan.